Ireland is a small island. It is approximately 300 miles maximum from top to bottom and approximately 190 miles wide. However, we have 87,000 kilometers of road in this island. All your senses come alive on a motorcycle. You can smell the salt air as you pass through the coast. It's like driving through a perfume factory. The wildflowers are everywhere. It's one of the most fertile islands on the planet. You can detect the change in temperature as you rise up and down mountain passes. It's a whole different experience. And apart from those senses of nature, it's the thrill of actually being on a motorcycle itself. The unending bends we have over here. The challenge of getting the motorcycle in the right position for maximum visibility going around these bends. It's a whole different life. You could ride this island for the rest of your life and you wouldn't see every highway and byway and minor road. It's impossible. My name is Paul Thomas Rawlins and I am the founder and managing director of Celtic Rider Ireland, along with my wife Siobhan. My earliest memories of motorcycles was my father looking in the rearview mirror all the time and saying, "Look at all them crazy guys behind us." And I turned around as a young boy and I seen these 3 motorcycles behind me and what my father called crazy bikers. I looked at them and I wanted to be on them bikes instead of in the back of the car. Our company, Celtic Rider Ireland, was formed in early 2007, so we're now 13 years in business. and it was formed from a mixture of love and determination. I love my island, and my wife does too. Obviously, we're both Irish, and we love motorcycling, and we simply put those two passions together. I first laid eyes on Siobhan in 1979. I was 19 years of age. My hair was a foot longer than what it is now, and I had a bit of a reputation. I was a rock and roller. Leather jackets, dirty jeans, motorcycle, long hair. I got to see Siobhan in our local pub in 1979, and I just instantly knew she was the girl for me.
He was a bit crazy for me, so he was crazy about me, and he was too crazy for me. So I wouldn't have anything to do with him for probably about 2 years or so.
When I walked into the pub on Christmas Eve in 1980, my long hair was gone. I actually bought a suit. God forgive me, but it's the only suit I ever bought. And when she seen me, she nearly dropped.
And I was looking at him going, oh my God, he's here, the crazy man again.
And she looked at me and I looked at her, and I just went over to her and we sat down. And we didn't say anything for a few seconds. And I just said, can I buy you a drink, Siobhan? And I'd like to get to know you. I think you're very attractive. And she said, yeah, sure. And that was it.
And we got on from day one like a house on fire.
Celtic Rider specialises in bringing riders from all over the world, mostly America and Canada, into Ireland and setting them up on tours. At the moment, Celtic Rider consists of myself and my wife, and Louise.
Is Linda the lady? Linda is the lady who's trying on the clothes, or is she the pillion? Is Linda the other lady who's on?
No, Linda's riding.
Okay.
And so the other lady is riding with John.
John, yeah.
Working with your family is a potential minefield. It can be like a bomb waiting to go off.
Oh, okay, it's mixed up.
I put them in there.
Sorry.
The one thing about working with your dad is that it kind of breaks down that barrier that you have naturally with your dad, like the father-daughter relationship. And sometimes I kind of, not miss that, but sometimes I think, God, have we got to the point where we're just so black and white with each other, you know? There's no little shady grey area of niceness. But we have great fun, we have great banter. Like just last Friday, I was late, I was here till 6 or something, and I'm normally home at 5, and I kind of looked at the clock and I said, God, I actually have to get out of here. And he said, yeah, get out of here. Adios, amigo. And I said, sayonara, motherfucker. And one of our customers just said, you gosh, called your dad a motherfucker. And I said, yeah, where do you think I came from? It's all this ridiculous banter that just happens, but it would only happen in a place like this.
Yeah, it's highly bantered.
Better a shower than a skin graft. That's an old expression over here.
That's a good expression.
Better a shower than a skin graft. It's,
Yeah.
it's better to sweat and say,
Better
oh, for
to
God.
sweat and be roasting.
But if you fall off the bike,
If you fall off.
you fall off on concrete and it just,
Oh, you're done.
you know,
Yeah.
I mean, I have a scar there from there to there, busted up.
Yeah.
My left hip, I have a bit of plastic in my left kneecap from one accident when I was 16 years of age. Yeah, so it's not funny, you know.
It's not. It's real.
Was plastic invented when you were 16?
Yep, they had plastic, yeah. Came out the year before.
So I like doing the paperwork, that's all very fine. It's just repetitive, you know, sign here, tank is full, praise bring back full. But my very favourite thing is just chatting to people. I'm a real people person.
Do a little walk around, any damage or scratches or anything that you see, take a note of it, little scribble or an X.
That's one size up, but it's brand new. See that one there?
Yeah, I definitely didn't have enough room for my helmet.
Okay. Now that's brand new, so it should be tighter than the used one. And I can put a pin lock visor in it for you.
Well, these ones are too small.
Yeah.
It's weird.
We'll go up one size. Yeah, we'll go up a size, I'll grab the 44. Yeah, perfect. Hang on there, 2 seconds.
There. If you lift up that lever there, pop that.
So just
take the whole case off.
Okay.
Hey. Oh, you would be at the bottom. You would be at the bottom. 42, 40 shitballs. Oh dear. Did you come out? Oh, you're a damaged box. Oh, that's why you won't come out. I think I have to get my dad. I hate giving in. got it.
So most days in Celtic Rider are absolutely bonkers, especially in the morning. So we have, you know, groups of people coming in. It's great though because everyone's in really good mood because naturally they're going on holidays. So usually you get really great personalities. The odd day someone is kind of coming through and they're a little bit sticky, like they're really nervous and anxious, and it's hard to pull a happiness out of them or kind of get a flavour for what they're really like. But every day is just totally great here. It's busy and the days totally and utterly fly by. It's the fastest business in the world. It's already 12:30. Can't believe it. It's a total and utter family effort. Like there's days we have to ring my brother Liam and say, where are you? You're nearby, you need to do a drop off into the city because I have to do one to the airport and Dad's maybe doing a late drive or, you know, drop off. And my uncle Liam is in the middle of getting bikes prepped for tomorrow. So it's a total family effort.
When the 5 guys came back from Florida this year, well, it's actually 4 of them came back, and the other guy wasn't with them last year, and I was just so thrilled to see them coming back. Now, here you go. You're all very welcome, guys. There's your bikes. Yeah. What says you? Are you impressed? These guys are serious riders. Like they travel the world. They're very close together. They understand each other's riding patterns. Now, okay, you're very welcome. Grab your bag there. I'll grab the bag in the back. That's it. Pull the handle. That's it.
It's your first experience with them, so how was that for you?
You know, it was such a cute little place. I mean, they have their home, and you have the little showroom, and in the back you've got your garage and the workshop. But
best place we ever rented from.
yeah, it's like a concierge service.
Hello. Hi. Good to see you. Welcome back. Welcome.
Made it.
You made it. Welcome back to Ireland, my
Welcome back,
friend.
and we have a little
1
gift
year
for you,
later.
too.
I love gifts. Why, thank you. I should have you over more often. Hi.
Good to see you.
So good to see you. Welcome, Michael. Lovely to meet you. You couldn't make it last year. I'm delighted that you came.
Well, I wouldn't miss it for the world. This is great.
Hey there.
Jay,
Great to see
my
you again.
friend.
Oh,
Hello.
And very important.
Great.
Thanks for
Awesome.
bringing the
How's the
weather
move?
over with you.
Oh, it's been great.
Yeah.
That's appreciated. That's
It's
appreciated.
fantastic weather,
Blue
actually.
skies.
Yeah.
Sunshine. Well, it's
Sunshine,
Florida,
yeah.
Sunshine State.
Yeah, beautiful, isn't it?
How's it going? Hey! You have a great colour. Look at that, nearly the same. Same colour.
The most rewarding part about this job is that when I'm actually working on a motorcycle, prepping a bike for going out, whether it's 3 days, 10 days, it's when they arrive.
Mind. These are your bikes. The names are on them. Alex, this is for you.
Ah.
Say hello to your
Bye-bye.
girlfriend for the next week.
Hello, my trusty steed. Hello, my trusty.
Yeah.
Your bike here.
Yeah. Joe, there you go.
Look at that. It's not just a business for them. It's their life.
Passion.
It's
Passion.
their passion.
They sell. They're selling dreams.
Yeah, yeah. And it's coming through. You know,
It's
comes
in the
through.
blood.
You can rent from a corporate store,
Yeah.
but it's not the same thing.
One thing I love to see is a kind of longevity in friendly relationships
Yeah.
between people, whether it's men or women or groups
Yeah,
of guys. And
they're all friends a
they've
long
been
time.
together for absolutely years,
Yeah,
and
they're
shared,
solid.
shared experiences, in my opinion, is what life's all about. you
Yeah,
know?
totally, yeah.
And they've had so many adventures abroad together,
Yeah.
and to think that they choose to come back to Ireland a second time.
So cool. Who thought we'd be back here in 13 months?
Oh my God! 13 months later.
And then boom,
That
we
was-
jump on the bikes and we take off.
There's dirt on my hands, strong like a tree. There's roots where I stand. Oh, I've been running from the law. Hope they won't shoot me down soon.
I love the adrenaline rush. I love speed. I grew up in New York City, and I had this kid drive by in a mini bike, and I got to ride his mini bike. It was a little Briggs & Stratton, and it was the most interesting thing I ever did in my life.
It's not where you're going, but how you're getting there. And you get to turn everything off and you kind of focus on what you do. If you have to ask, you really don't understand. So motorcycle riding, it's a way of life.
Long time ago, I rode with another friend of ours who doesn't ride anymore. He got hurt. And,
You basically used him up and spit him out.
he needed new recruits.
I love motorcycle riding because of the adrenaline. I love the experience on the track, off the track, in the dirt, off the dirt, traveling. The people that I've met, that has become the biggest part of it, is the people and the life experience from riding motorcycles.
We knew each other very well. We knew we were all good people, but we never really connected until...
I was following your trip on Facebook to Alaska and making comments and so forth, and then I went to Norway for the first time to do a bike trip, and you chimed in on my trip, and we were like, we got to get together and start doing some trips. Yeah. My brother rides, my father and mother both rode, so I've been carrying the torch and keeping up the family tradition. I had a good relationship.
You had a good relationship.
I said he fit perfect.
Yeah, I said, Joe's... Yeah, I met him. I said, yeah, this guy's just as whacked out as the rest of us. About 6-7 years ago, I started getting into going to track days, which is race bikes on racetracks, and that's road racing. And there was Jay.
I remember the exact moment. So I was learning Apex, and he was telling me to focus on one turn at a time out of 13, and turn one. To start turn one, we got a stick, dirt, we were down on the ground. He literally drew some lines like a science class and showed me where to hit, and then he observed me from the bleachers. I tried as best I could do what I did, came back in, do you want to go to Isle of Man? And out of nowhere, 2-3 days later, he's on Google, he found Celtic Rider, he found Ireland, he found Isle of Man, ferries, and just put everything together, and now we're trip 2. I love motorcycle riding because when I put on the helmet, I can turn off everything. I can turn off the stress, turn off the day, turn off any problems I may have, and just get out there and ride and get lost. No GPS, no phone, no music, and I'm just out there, and I'll be 100 miles from home someday and not even realize where I'm at. Everything's gone, problems are gone, come home, and it's like a brand new start.
These guys are very good riders, but a lot of the riding would be track riding. So we wanted to do something that was a diametric opposite of track, which is off-road riding. And one of the best renowned schools is the BMW Off-Road Course in South Wales. So we set them up with Si Pavey and our friend Gary Ennis to do that. And man, were they pumped. Louise at the moment is going through lessons herself. The lessons in Ireland are called IBT, it means Initial Basic Training, and she is now being trained up by professionals to ride motorcycles in a safe fashion.
When you're putting them into first gear, do they always go?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just all the gears aligning.
Okay.
Okay. So find your biting point with the clutch.
The training it's tough. It is tough, and I think if I had a smaller bike it might be a bit easier. But in order for me to get my full A license, I need to do training on a full A category bike.
Okay, Louise, put the bike into neutral. Okay, putting the back brake, safe for the position, turn it off. Side stand it now, please.
Side stand
And
eludes
dismount.
me. Okay, happy.
Okay, Louise, so that's the training ground finished here at Ireland Rider Trainers Training Ground. So do you feel confident enough now to go out on the road?
Truly. Sort of. Yes,
Sort
you
of's
know.
not good enough.
I know.
You're
I'm
either are or
nervous.
you're not.
I'm just a bit nervous.
So nerves are good, I'm nervous.
Yeah, well, I don't blame you.
But do you feel that you can control the bike correctly?
I think so.
You can?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
100% so.
Okay, thank you. I'm shitting a brick about when it comes to going on the road because, you know, I'm just worried there's not a lot of forgiveness in doing something wrong on a road with oncoming traffic and buses and trucks and, you know, cars coming out and van drivers waiting for me to get the hell out of their way so they can make their deliveries. So, yeah, I feel that unforgiveness just settling in on me.
Morning everybody, welcome to BMW Off-Road Skills and welcome to our fantastic Walters Arena playground that we've got here. Got a 4,000 acre forest to play in over the next day or so. So we'll kind of go straight into the lesson plan and you'll see with everything we do on the whole 2 days, we like to kind of put a lesson into place first and then go and put it into practice in a kind of real world environment. And the first thing we always like to talk about is this situation here.
And he just dumped his. And I'm like,
He just set it
he
down.
just dumped it on the
With no
ground.
stand.
Dumped it with no kickstand. And I'm like,
yeah, we were all scratching
and I
our
was
heads
like,
looking at that one.
what?
Like,
I said, okay,
Foreshadowing.
something's.
what is that, an $18,000 motorcycle laid
Yeah.
outside? Yeah,
And then
we
he
just
sits
don't
down,
do
he
that.
goes, okay,
Brand
you're all gonna learn how to pick up a bike.
It's really important that you start with your feet in the right place, like I said, behind those forks. And as you come up that first bit, you can kind of get your knee in there. And then if you need to, if you're not strong enough to do it in one, you can have that little breather and you can kind of shuffle yourself up. But you know what's got to happen now. You've all got a bike.
3, up. If you're driving the bike starts to roll, it just stops on compression.
There you go, piece of cake.
That's it.
And remember, you want to be lifting in that direction, so bring that's the way. And then you tell me.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Okay, now we all know how heavy it is. Thanks for letting us know that. And I don't ever want to pick it up because the worst thing I ever did was picking up Gary's GSA when it was laid over.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I stopped and took pictures of you too. I'm sorry I didn't help you. I really wanted to take some pictures.
I know you're too busy taking photos to help me. I appreciate that. You're a gentleman and a scholar.
We've done enough of talking about that. We're going to get into riding. That's what we're here for. So this is a fun exercise because we're going to get to do a nice skid. Nice little back brake skid.
My love for motorcycles came when I was 11 years of age. I went down to a friend of mine's house when I was at school, and his brother had a motorbike, and he was throwing her out. So I took it, and I wheeled it with 3 trips down to where I live, in the house, the family home. And then basically what I did is that I put her into the shed, and over a period of time, I actually put the bike back together. And ever since then, I've always had a fascination with motorcycles and mechanical things in general. When you actually look at a bike, right, and then you're faced with a problem, even being faced with a problem on a bike, just think about it. Just leave it alone and think about it, and it'll come to you. And then when you overcome the problem with the bike, and you're working away in it, even if it's for weeks or months. When you fire that bike up, believe you me, there's nothing like the best sound in the world that you can hear that bike running and how smooth it runs and all that. And it gives you great achievement with the amount of effort and time you put into the bike. It's even better when you ride it, believe it or not, but you know, that's a different day's ride anyway, that's for sure.
When Jimmy saw that first hill, he's looked at that hill and said,
I said, no way.
he said, I'm not doing that hill. Because there's stone pumpkins in the ground. They're small granite boulders is what they were. Granite boulders. It was just crazy.
They were. This is the best part. The first time down, don't touch your gas, don't touch your brake. Just go down.
And I'm going.
Huh? Are you kidding me? Just let it go.
Down. Yep, perfect. Let's go with it.
Well, the hardest thing was trusting that bike, that big bike that was going to do
bike-
those things.
the bike
I
is
would have
not-
believed, give me like a 450, I'd have believed in it. But you giving one of the world's heaviest motorcycles, it just, the physics didn't add up to me because we're really analytical, you know, we know, and we want to, every motorcycle has its purpose. And you want to do this with, hey, wait a second, I've got a better bike. But that's, you know, that was...
You know, for me, it was the trust factor. He would tell you, okay, you're going to do this way, and you're going to be fine. And I'm like, really? I go, here's a bike I have no experience on. I don't even know what it does, and you're telling me to do this. But like you said, you follow exactly what he said, and it did it. You know, throttle, you know, the friction between the clutch and the throttle.
He was a good coach.
He was a great instructor.
He could have put you on a Harley Davidson in the mountains, and you would have came through.
When you stall the bike, never rush.
Yeah,
Just
I can
stop.
see the heart rate.
You just got to calm down. Have a look. What am I going to do here? How am I going to rescue this?
What you gonna do?
Slowly on that clutch. Slowly. Get the bike going and then stop it. Don't let it gather in. Let's do a little bit of a pull sometimes. Lean it in a little bit, but not too much. You got the weight.
We're just gonna wait till it hits a rut and it stops, right?
Yeah. Gravity.
Gravity. Front brake.
Yeah, and then lock, stop to lock, stop. All the way to the right as well. Turn the steering fully right. Go to the lock stops. All the way. All the way. It won't go anymore.
Oh.
That's it. Go. Yep. That's right. Clunk on both sides.
All right.
You happy with that?
Yeah, I'm pretty good with that.
Stand onto the bike. Put the footrest.
Footrest.
That's the one time
And
it
one
can
other
go
thing.
really wrong.
One other thing, Alex, before you go. Put your foot down. Thank you. Far too beautiful to ride with that up. Okay, good job. Next.
But then on the road, you prove yourself that you're safe for yourself and towards other road users, that you're not going to put yourself in harm's way, that you have good control of the bike, that you have an understanding of everything that's needed in the IBT, so that when you go away, you're able to practice towards your test safely, and that the knowledge and the foundation is firm. So she's just finishing her road ride at the minute, so once she's back, once everything went okay, she will receive her certification, and then she will be eligible to ride the bike on the road, but she will be looking forward to her test in about 5 months' time.
Congratulations on completing your EBT.
It is. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Awesome.
So you both of you have to get in the front of the logo now for a picture.
Well, we do. One of the things people in Celtic Rider ask me all the time, every day, is, do you ride? And every day I'm like, no, I'm a happy pillion. but I'm crying on the inside. But I just want to be solo, and I can't wait for the day that I have a bike and that myself and Johnny head off on our 2 bikes, and we're able to talk to each other on the comms and whiz around, you know, the coast or whatever, and pull in somewhere and have a nice lunch and just chat about it. I can't wait for that day. I live for that day, actually.
For me, motorcycle riding is that freedom. That's why I like to help people improve their skills, because you know, I think a lot of people get into motorcycle riding because it gives you that freedom, but then when you first start riding, you're sort of contained by this tarmac road. You know, it's the limit of where your adventure takes you, and as soon as you kind of get past that and improve your skills and your confidence, you can then go to places where there aren't any tarmac road, where the road's just a gravel road, and then actually you can even then end up going to where there are no roads at all. So guys, that's kind of it for the end of the formal lesson plan, really. So now we're just gonna ride and have some fun.
Well, you all failed, that's the good news.
We're gonna come back. Yeah.
We get to do it again?
Get to do it again.
Yeah.
So anyway, with no further ado.
Jim.
Yes.
Well done.
Thank you.
Good job,
Thank you very much.
The course was going to be that advanced.
No. There's a lot more to
And then at the end of that,
Level 1,
he turns around and goes, "Oh, we've got 5 more levels."
I would,
I'm like, what do you do? Climb Mount Everest?
Well done.
Thank you, Simon.
And without going to the boring bits, you guys have still got a long old schlep tonight and tomorrow. So like hydration, you know, especially it has been warm today. You've got a bit of a breather there now. Get yourself hydrated and back on it, eh?
Myself and the girls, and we ramble around the house, waking up for a while. Myself, Anna Lou and Eliza will head out and let the chickens out. Then if there's tours happening in Celtic Rider, I bake. I bake every day. And the girls do that with me. So the leftover dough, they rustle up little dinosaurs or flat little things out. It's very cute. No, Eliza. Oh, wait. Who's going to do this for me? Me. Wait. Okay, hold on. It's done. You can do the next one. You can do the next. You can do the next. You can... Ow. Stop. You can do the next one. Okay, give me the spoon. You hold the spoon. By the time it came around to making scones, the two of them were so wired because of all the marshmallow treats that they were getting that morning. Follow me into the house. Here's a marshmallow. Here's another marshmallow. So by cooking time, they were hyper. That was my fault. The bribes went askew. Anna Lou, get your hand out. Anna Lou, get your hand out of there, or I'm going to go mad. Yes. Get your finger out the sugar, Anna Lou. It's not funny. Finger out of the sugar. Finger out of the sugar. Finger out of the sugar. Finger out of the sugar.
Guys, the other night were so far behind. I was like, I'm trying to keep the buffer. I need to keep close enough to you so at least I know where I'm going. And I'm looking in the back and I'm seeing this little thing and it keeps on getting smaller and smaller. And I'm like,
I need to get my leather tracksuit. So there's no sleep.
We're dead.
We got plenty of time to sleep when we go back home.
How many days we got left, Alex?
11,556 days.
When the guys came back from their couple of days in Wales, they were staying in our local village called Nice. So I went down to the local pub in our town that the guys were having a drink in that night, and we discussed plans for a route I was going to lead them on for the next few days. Hello, gentlemen.
Hey, Paul! How are you, buddy?
I might be walking around looking for you for a few minutes. You started before me, bro.
Good to see you.
Yeah, how's everybody keeping? Thank you. How are you? Good man, good man.
Big fun.
What do you think of the Guinness?
It was great tasting beer. Drinking some more.
So, did you enjoy your few days at the off-road course?
Amazing.
Yeah,
it was great.
You know, apart from learning to upgrade your off-road skills, it also upgrades your on-road skills, tremendously so. Because it takes that fear away. If you feel a bit of drifting sometimes, do you know what I mean? Just to trust a bike to ride itself.
No matter how good a rider you are or whatever kind of riding you do, these guys made you better so that way you can enjoy riding even more.
Yeah. Guys, I'm going to have to head off shortly, but I just would like to bring you up to speed on what we have planned for the next 3 or 4 days, right? The Inishowen Peninsula, the highest part of Ireland, rugged, wild, some spectacular riding, beautiful coastal shots, ancient ring forts dating back to 1700 BC, castles, you name it, we're going to experience it, okay? So gentlemen, look, I'll leave you and love you. I'll see you tomorrow.
You got things to do. We'll see you in the morning. He cracked the throttle. I mean, he knows this place like the back of his hand, and we're keeping up.
Loves Ireland.
Yes, he does.
He does.
He has a passion.
He loves Ireland. I mean, he should be the president of Ireland, the spokesman, the ambassador. I mean, this man knows the history, knows the people, loves the people.
Truly loves the country.
Loves foreigners.
Come on, guys. 27 years it took to do this. And then it lasted for 50 years. At one stage, they had over 80 to 100,000 tons of grain coming up here every day. On the ride outs, I always try and stop several times at certain places that are interesting and share some history. And one of the first places we stopped at was a section of the Royal Canal. And I don't know if I told you, but you see that path over there behind us? Yeah. That pathway, that's a new...
Don't fucking touch me. Let me help you.
Don't be afraid.
I know you're a little weary about... Don't fucking touch me.
It's a children's program, Michael. Michael, it's a children's program. I love you too. I love you too. Because you're not putting on a pound or two since you got here.
I have. It's all them chips and Guinness.
I stand beneath your song, your moon, the night would pass, my darling soon. The wild dogs bark, but wait, stand still. They'll chase you down, but wouldn't kill. The grey seems grayer in your eyes, the bright shade of your bluest light.
Great roads he took us on. And I mean, he knew all the back roads, and he rode well and looked out for us. And took us to some scenic roads, man, just beautiful.
You know, the thing about the guys is that I have to say, like, after a day or two of them, you'd think they were friends for life. They're very sincere, engaging people, and I always say to people, you know, that as individuals, when we travel abroad, we are ambassadors to the country that we actually come from, and they're wonderful ambassadors to, like, the USA. They really are now, and they had me involved in everything from their little whiskey tasting expeditions to having a few pints in the pub, and they took a lot of I think you call him a cowboy picture, cow.
So we have a tradition that is called the cow patty photo. And how did that come about?
Because we didn't have an extra stand-in.
We didn't have a stand.
No, wherever we go,
we're in the middle
usually
of
nowhere. There's nobody around, so we have to prop up the phone to take the picture.
It was a necessity. I didn't see what happened, and I'm looking, and Alex he's ripping off his gloves to get to the camera. I thought, what is he doing over there? You know, it can't be. I mean, we just rode up on this road. And then I turned over, and I went, oh boy. And then and now I've seen it, so then Jimmy goes,
I turn around.
he turns in his, I go,
Hey, you got it.
You're like, no, you said, how did you do that?
but you didn't find, it was the only hole in the whole field.
Well, here's some applicable information though. Is I learned how to pick up
I
that
wish-
bike. I had this shit over.
I'm
Y'all
glad you
didn't
have
even
that on
see it.
camera. Paul says, hey, Alex, would you give me a hand, would you? And they said, not until I take a video of this.
I have heard 1,000 times Ireland is on my bucket list. And I say to people, get it off your bucket list. Like, come here. There's no point coming here when you're 80 years of age. If it's on your bucket list, get it off. Get it off. And if it's not on your bucket list, it should be on your bucket list. But don't wait till you're too old, because this is not an easy country for old people to get around. You need energy over here to ride a motorcycle, you know. You need good vision, you need your health, you need to be sharp on the bike. There's no point being over here thinking it's an easy ride, we're heading down Route 66, or forget about it. This is Ireland. Our roads date back over 4,000 years, you know. Wake up and do it while you have the energy to do it. That's what I want to say.
Life's too short. You know, we're at a stage now where things start to happen and we start seeing a little bit more of mortality, and it's like, when are you going to do it? You're going to do it when you're old and you have a cane, or are you going to do it now while we're still fresh, relatively young, and still got energy? So,
You know, in all seriousness, a great trip.
yes, good trip.
Big fun. Trippy. Big fun.
Good fun.
Since I got my learner's permit and I'm actually technically allowed to go on a bike on the road, it's a really funny thing, but even though we have 56 bikes here, it hasn't happened. We're so busy. So I haven't been able to practice. Dad even went through the motions of dropping a bike over to my house for 8 days, and I didn't once get to use it because I was home so late in the evenings, and then the weekends I kind of dedicate to the girls. So it felt really selfish to hop on a bike and leave for half a day. But what happened was he did come into the office and he said, let's go for a spin. There's nothing happened this afternoon.
I'm a bit excited, to be honest with you, because it is our first time to actually ride out together.
Yeah.
And I want you to just be ahead of me and just concentrate on what you're doing.
Okay.
Don't pay too much attention to me being behind you, right?
All right.
I know she hasn't been on a motorcycle for roughly 7 or 8 weeks since she's actually done her driving lessons. And to be honest with you, I was quite shocked at her skill set being so low. During the ride out, we were doing a little turn on a bend, and I stopped on the far side and I turned around and Louise was on the ground and the motorcycle was on the ground.
I don't know. I saw those guys going whoa, and I just went whoa. And
never do that.
I know. I didn't do it intentionally.
Never be distracted by anybody peeping or calling your names or anything like that.
I just didn't know. I thought that they were behind us, Dad. Dad, they beeped. I just thought that they were behind us.
Pay any fucking attention to any assholes on the road, ever.
I made balls of everything, and anyway, I dropped the bike, so that wasn't really good. And it hasn't really done much for my confidence, because now I'm half thinking, like, do I want to continue being a biker? We hopped back on and I was like, just suck it up, you can do it. So we went kind of on a little spin, and then we pulled in quite close to, I suppose it would be like a little canal with a lovely little bridge.
Do you remember a few months ago, no, about 6-7 weeks ago, we had the German dad came over and his daughter worked in IBM over here. Do you remember that? How much did her driving lesson cost in Germany?
A couple of grand.
1,875 euros, fixed price.
Yeah.
30 weeks training before you're allowed to get your license. 30 weeks.
Yeah, they have
what
to
does
train.
that mean? It means that you're trained on everything.
Yeah.
All types of roads, all types of conditions, all types of weathers, motorways, highways. And that's why they have so less fatalities over there.
Yeah.
Because they're actually in control.
Yeah, no, I agree.
2 or 3 days, in my opinion, is not enough.
2.
Right? And even following me, if you just followed my curve, you would have been fine.
Yeah.
You went in too fast, you applied the front brakes with the bike at an angle, and you went from underneath you in a millisecond.
Yeah.
That's what happens. So I've just made my mind up now that I would like you, especially in the line of business that we're in as a family, you need to become a competent motorcycle rider. It's not good enough to say, I've had 1 or 2 little falls, I'm going to throw it in. When it gets tough, the tough get going, isn't that right?
Yeah.
All right, okay. So how about we allocate from now on at least an hour or 2 every week to just riding out together.
Okay.
Our season's over in 6 or 7 weeks, and we'll have lots of time then. But even between now and then, it'd be no harm if you even came out with me on the ride out with I do the clients as well.
Yeah, I'd like that.
On my next birthday, I will be 60 years of age, and I think I'm in good health. But I have asked my children that when I do eventually pass on, that I want my ashes, I do not want to be buried, I want my ashes spread across the island. So what I want them to do is, I want them to do a road trip together as a family, brothers, sisters, grandchildren, it doesn't matter. And as they pass around the island, I want my ashes spread here and there. So after I'm long gone, and as they drive around the island, when they get older themselves, or with their children or grandchildren, they will say, this is what my dad created years ago. And I think that's nice, and that's what I would like. And if I am up above looking down on them, it's a beautiful island of ours, that would make me very, very, very happy.
Every day brings new light to help us on our way. Always taking my breath, whether sun or rain. The wind will carry us over.